Okay, let's see, this is Math 2. We're in Chapter 6. In this one in particular, I'm going to do number 8 and number 9, and then in the next video, I'm going to do number 10. So, I looked through the hints and the answers online for the other problems that you had for tonight, and they seem pretty sufficient to me. So if you're still having issues, tutoring will start back up again next week. I'm trying out a new microphone, so if you guys can hear this and it's pretty decent, please let me know. If it's really bad and you can't hear me at all, just let me know tomorrow. Okay, so for number 8 in chapter 6, let's see, we have, simplify each of the expressions below. Your final expressions should contain no negative exponents and no parentheses. So I pulled up what the hints and the answers were first, so I can take a look at it, and then I thought to myself, well, the first one seems to be okay. The only thing is, really, to go from this hint to this answer seems like a really big jump for me. So I thought I would work out the problem really quickly just to make sure you understand how they got the answer besides the hint. So some of you guys have some really good skills with the exponent stuff. Some of you not so much. So we'll see where you are. The first hint is to the 2 and the negative 10. It's really, you could just take them out because you're multiplying, so you can just commute them to the front of the expression. The part over here, to go from this part that I'm going to underline to the part where it says a to the third power, is a little weird. So in the next line, what I would have liked to have seen was, okay, so 2 times negative 10 is just going to give you negative 20. I'm going to use a darker color. So it's going to give you negative 20. And then technically a to the negative 1 power, it's really not that difficult. You don't really have to do much for it since you have the bases are the same, a and a. 1 plus 4 is just 3. So that's where they got the 3 from. So a to the third and then the b. So negative 1 plus the 4, because you can add the exponents when the bases are the same, just gives you the 3. Okay, so that was part A. That was really easy. Okay, part B, it says it's equivalent to 3x to the 4th y times 3x to the 4th y. Since the entire thing is being squared, that means you can write it out twice. So that pretty much gives you 9, not 6, x to the 8th power, and then y to the 2nd power. Because technically you have an invisible 1 on the y, and you have an invisible 1 on the y. Oops, sorry, I shouldn't have done that there. I should have done it in here. So y squared. Alright, so that's the part B. And then part C, it says recall the rule for negative exponents. So since the z is to the negative 2nd power, it's not 2 to the negative 2nd power, just z is, because the negative 2 is only touching the z. It's not in parentheses or anything like that, so it's only touching the z. I can rewrite this, or we can rewrite this, as it says in the hint, as z to the 5th power, and then, what happened to the 2's? Oh, I'm going to rewrite this. So there's a 4 on the top, z to the 5th power stays up there, z to the negative 2nd power is going to go up to the numerator, squared, and then there's still a 2 on the bottom, like that. Because the negative 2 is, the negative 2, the exponent is negative 2 on the bottom, so we can move it to the top. 4 divided by, I'm going to do this. There's 2 times 2 times z to the 7th power. Wow, I can't believe they put z's and 2's in the same thing. And then there's a 2 on the bottom. Alright, they simplify, giant 1, right? And then all you have left is your answer down here. Z to the 7th, or 2 times z to the 7th power. Okay. Alright, so that was number 8. So that's just a really quick refresher for you guys. Number 9 is parabolas, quadratic equations. So hopefully, I'm not going to do the quadratic formula because I just need you to plug it in. There's really not that much crazy stuff that happens. I might just really quickly do it just to refresh your memory. This one is the A part. The negative 19 is the B part, the whole thing. This part is the C. So when you're plugging it in, it should look like this. Negative plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all of it over 2 times a. So I'm going to put negative b, so b is negative 19. Okay, watch the negatives. And then b squared again, so negative 19. And then a is a 2, and then c is a 9. Ta-da! Okay, and then a is, again, a 2. Alright, so x equals all of this fun stuff, and then you can do the work yourself. I'm not going to, you need to do the work yourself, because this is going to come back on a test. Alright, the only one I am going to do is, because it says use the quadratic formula to get an answer, so you should get 2 answers here, and then use the zero product property, which basically means try and factor it. So if you've forgotten how to factor it, let's see, 2x squared, sorry, I'm just rewriting the problem. 2x squared minus 19x plus 9 equals 0. Into a box, an area model. So we have 2x squared. And then we have 9 here. Okay, so I need to think. 2 times 9 is 18. And then negative 19. So the sum is going to go down here. And then 18 is going to go up there. So 2 numbers that add up together to give you negative 19, but when you multiply them, you get negative 18. Is that how that works? Yeah. Wait, the product goes at the top. Yeah, that's 9. Okay, so let me think. 1 and 19. Yeah, so negative 1? Yeah, it's a negative 1 and a positive 19. So 9, no, that's not right. That's not going to multiply to 18. What am I doing wrong? Is something wrong? Do I have those backwards? Oh my goodness. 18. Oh, whew. Saved by the bell. Okay, so negative 18 times negative 1 gives you positive 18. Okay, negative 18 plus negative 1, that means you have more negatives, gives you negative 19. Yay! Okay, so we have negative 18 goes here, negative 1 is going to go there. Whew, I thought it was going to have a conniption fit. Okay, so let's see. We got 2x and an x. This has got to be a negative 9. And then that means this has got to be, oops, I forgot the x's. Sorry. Okay. And then this is negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 9 is going to give you a positive 9. So, whee! We have our factors. Okay, so we have 2x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 9 is going to equal to 0. And then we need to split them up. So 2x minus 1 equals 0, x minus 9 equals 0. So x is going to give us a 9. And then x is going to give us plus 1 plus 1. 2x is equal to 1 divided by 2 divided by 2. X is a half. Okay, now, here's what you do. Once you get these ones, go back and take a look and make sure that your quadratic gave you the same answers. You should have, in the quadratic up here at the top, come up with the same answers that we just got, the x equals 1/2 and x equals 9. Otherwise, something went wrong up here, because there's no way you're going to get different answers for the quadratic than the factoring, and they all came from the same quadratic equation. All right, you should get the same stuff for both of them. Okay, so that was 8 and 9, and then I'm going to do 11 in the next one. So I'll see you guys in the next one.